She's celibate, so her date ghosted her. Today we're gonna be doing a little bit of reaction interception with Abba and Preach. I tried to find the original video, but I was not successful in doing so. Today's video is gonna be kind of talking about this girl that pretty much was like, oh, I'm waiting till marriage. I'm not giving the cheeks up. You know what I'm saying? We can kiss, we can hold hands, but I'm not gonna let you clap. I could respect that, but me personally as a man, I don't think I could go through that. I'm gonna communicate that to you. I'm not just gonna get up and ghost you. If I like you and we've been catching a good vibe and you let me know early on throughout the relationship, I'm gonna be like, hey, I respect that, and we just gonna have to part our ways, because I'm definitely not gonna sit around and wait till we get married, because I don't know when I'm gonna marry your ass. But it's a very respectful thing. So let's get right into the video and see how Shorty handled this situation. You guys tap into the Twitch streams, links that'll be in the description. That's Where You At Berto, so you never miss a live stream. Let's get right into it. Come on.
Where you at, Berto? I told a guy that I was waiting till marriage. It was our 5th date. We were trying to decide if we wanted to be exclusive or not, expectations and what that would look like. And we talked about my waiting for marriage for about an hour. And he had a lot of questions, and I was like trying to answer them to the best of my ability and explain where I'm coming from and why it's important to me. He was really nice about it, like just a gentleman, just wanting to understand. And I told him, I know that this is a lot to take in, and I want you to be able to make the best decision for you. So please, take a couple days. Don't think about my emotions.
Close your fucking mouth, Josh. This nigga in the chat just said, she look good, I'm willing to wait. Y'all be foaming for the mouth over these hoes, man.
What you need in a relationship, and give me a call back in a couple days. I've been waiting for the phone call all day, and I'm like I know that it'll be good either way. Like, this is just how it is. Like, if I'm gonna choose to set myself apart in Christ, then this is what dating looks like. But it just feels kind of bad to be waiting for his phone call, waiting to see
I'll say this much. He's low-key a bitch for just ghosting her like that. I mean, I can give y'all 2 conversations. Logistically, most guys, if you just on the dating scene, maybe you guys start talking on Instagram, it was just some quick shit, y'all really not close like that. I could see how a guy could very easily be on some man, I'm not even gonna respond to this hoe. That just feel like a waste of time. Oh, you not letting me clap? Ain't no possibility of me being able to clap? What are we doing? And just kind of dismiss her like that. But I feel like communication is key, bro. I feel like communication is key. And if you were vibing with her and you as a man, you were leading and you hollered at her and she was vibing with you and you guys were building a little bit of a connection, and then, she communicates that to you, I feel like what he should have done is probably be on some look, it's probably best we don't, hold communication. Not because I don't like you, but I just personally don't feel like I'm gonna be able to, go through with that. But the reality is the world would probably be a better place if everybody was waiting for marriage. And I can admit that, but I could see how it is so difficult to be in a dating scene when you choose this path. And again, I'm supportive of people that go down this route because it's the best way to go. You know what I'm saying? Really build a true, because having intimacy and relations with somebody, that is the most powerful thing that we can do. At the end of the day, that's pretty much our God-given gift. We on this earth to build relationships, find our partner, and make babies. So that should not be taken lightly. So again, on a technical level, I feel like that's the right way to go. But if we're being real, honestly, that shit's probably not gonna go down like that. I'm gonna change my battery real quick.
Am I worth dating if I don't have sex? And I'm like, he hasn't called yet, and it's 8 p.m. And so I'm like, well, maybe he's not calling because he'll show up to my place with flowers and tell me that that's not why he was interested in me. And
oh my God, and that's your error right there. I was with you, and then that's your having those expectations and fantasy. That's what's gonna break you. That's what's gonna break your heart. If you think that you should save yourself for the right one, that's on you, boo boo. And if he doesn't want that, it's more about him than you. It's not your worth. It's him. That did not align with what he wants. But having he's gonna show up with flowers and.
No way in hell we showing up with flowers. Like, what? And again, like, I feel bad for Shorty because she seems younger. She seems like, she's still in that phase of her life where she's probably just a little bit emotionally immature. So I get it. And I definitely feel for her. But, just like I would give advice to anybody, it's like, y'all can't have these expectations for yourself and then be projecting it onto other people and thinking like, yo, like this is how I live my life, so they got to get with the program. Like, no, this even goes with like self-improvement stuff. Just because you want better for yourself, just because you are walking the quote unquote straight and narrow, like sometimes you can lead a horse to the water, bro, but they don't want to drink that shit. And they are not, or you are not entitled to running their life. So again, you want to be the minority, cool, and that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Less of us there's really plenty of us. When there's less of us, there's plenty of us. If everybody was going to be rich and successful and be the top 1% and it was easy, everybody would do it. But no, that's why it's the minority. So a lot of times when you make the minority decision, it's the harder path. It's the harder dating scene to wait till marriage. And I respect it, but come on, baby. Ain't nobody showing up with no flowers. Like, you better go find that nigga. The right nigga.
Happen, and it's great if it happens, but if it doesn't, the deception is gonna be grand. But yeah.
Tell me that that's not why he was interested in me, and that he wants to be in a relationship with me either way, and that I'm worth it.
I'm sorry for laughing, bro. It's just like, yo, the delusion is crazy.
But is that unrealistic? I don't know. I just wish that I was worth a big gesture, because right now I don't even know if I'm worth a phone call.
Don't do that though. See, now you're lowering your self-worth because of this one bad interaction with the individual. Again, like it's going to be harder for you overall, but don't put yourself in that position.
And it hurts a little bit. But like either way I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's gonna restrict the people that are gonna be able to accept that. But I mean, you don't want those people according to your faith. That's not what you're really looking for. Rejection stings. It does. Even if those is because of those barriers, and those barriers are set by you. When it's like, oh yeah, it's a no for me. That's nah. It's still it's a possibility that it stings. It says more about him, not in a bad way.
Two said, is she a virgin? I mean, it doesn't really matter, Like, imagine if you were living a toxic life and doing a whole bunch of things that you weren't proud of, and then you woke up one day and said, I want to change for the better. And part of changing for the better is, hey, I know I've actually had relations and intercourse before, but now I've decided that I'm not going to do it anymore because I want to wait till marriage. Does it matter? No, you're righting your wrongs. You know what I'm saying? You can't take back the past, but you're moving differently for the future. So, I don't think it matters if she's a virgin or not.
Just like, it's about him. That rejection is about him. He does not align with what you want. Move on. It might be harder to find your match and find someone that's going to align with that. Do you have to change your faith or how you see this because of that, that's how you feel. But I gotta be real with you. It might be a little bit harder. But I'm trying to be nice here.
To be honest.
It's gonna be hard as fuck.
I don't think it's necessarily going to be more difficult. I think it just means that you have to search appropriately, right?
It's a challenge.
So it's one of those situations where it's like if you want to...
You got to go on Christian mingle?
You want to meet a Jewish boy, might have to date a Jewish boy. You know?
Jewish mingle.
I think it makes no sense to date someone who's not Jewish and then,
expect that from them.
I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's good advice. You know what I'm saying? If you like really religious and you probably wait until marriage, you probably need to kind of be looking for your partner, maybe in your church or something, or within your social group, or, within a group of friends that is, practicing that type of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I'd have to ask, what's this guy's faith level? Is he anywhere near you? I think 5 dates to spring that on somebody is a bit long. I think you should probably mention that pretty early on.
Yeah. Oh, so we didn't even hear that. I ain't gonna lie. 5 dates in, I done spent some money. What? 5 dates in and you letting me, first date, I'll give to second date. I'm not mad at you if you don't bring it up on the first date, because after the first date, I'd imagine it's like we both established and caught the vibe, like, okay, we like each other, I want to see you again. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, in my dating experience, like by the second date, like I'm probably already, I'm kissing, I'm feeling, we vibing a certain way for sure. So at that point, I would need you to give me that information in a respectful way, so I could be like, okay, bet. Now I can make a decision as a man. You know what I'm saying? But 5, we made it all the way to date 5. Now, this is why a nigga if you a nigga that leads and really know how to stand on shit, there's no way we would get to date 5 without you knowing that you need to provide this information for me though. I know that.
Especially if it's something that's important to you. Most people I've known who were into that tell you on the first or second date. Especially when things about faith happen, for me, marriage is really important. I want to wait till marriage.
Yeah, he's a bitch for
much,
sure.
in my opinion.
5 days is a bit much.
Especially if you're talking in between, like that should have come up a while back. But I'm not going to get on you too much for that.
Well, she's also super young, right? Yeah.
Relatively.
But experience.
Also, the whole thing about sex, she said one thing, she's like, am I not worth waiting for? It's not about that for everyone. Some people, they're impatient. They just want to have sex. Some people have bad intentions. They just want to sleep with you and disappear. But also for some folks, it's like the idea of waiting till marriage is like, what if we're sexually incompatible and now we're till death do us part? For some folks, they don't want to take that risk. Mm-hmm. And you might be like, but you're overblowing it. I'm telling you right now, there's plenty of people who are married to somebody and they have zero sexual chemistry. And for some folks, it's a little bit important to have that kind of intimacy that they really enjoy and they really like.
And to some folks, it's not.
So I'm not just saying like...
to some folks, all sex is a means to make babies. So it's like that, again, I'm not going to sit here and try to recreate the rule book of what you should and shouldn't do. Do what feels right for you, but understand like the pros and cons of that shit. There's definitely pros and cons, because if you look at sex as this intimate thing where you guys connect and it's like a genuine part of the relationship that adds value, you could end up with somebody who's not pleasing you in the bedroom. And if anything I know about women, they will resent a nigga that can't please them in the bedroom, bruh. That's how they end up fucking the pool man and shit. The mailman and the nigga that come clean the pool fucking your wife.
Religious people have less fulfilling sex marriage. I think that's not true. I think a lot of them self-report that they are happier. But for a lot of folks, they would like to have that kind of intimacy going in. For them, it's part of what's important. Yeah, and you made a comment before where she was like hoping for the guy to show up and do that big gesture or whatever. I get where she's come from. I think when you like somebody and things are going seemingly well, when there's like a period of no communication, you're not detached from it. So you're like, oh, maybe the person got hit by a car. You start thinking like wild shit. Maybe the person, you know, just needs more time to think it over. You're gonna think all of the possibilities because in your head, like, we have such a good vibe, we have such a good thing going. You guys are watching at home. Have y'all not liked somebody and then things were going south, but you didn't even realize it? And in your head, you were rationalizing every most unlikely scenario in your head. It sounds like it's just.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Oh yeah, maybe she's sleeping. That's definitely the guy version of that. But no, she's not sleeping, brother. She's at Tyrone's house getting. Saw your text too, by the way.
The same thing for her. She's hoping
Much love,
that what she
Paso.
felt, that she thought the other person felt, is still there.
Yeah.
The logic that you're talking about isn't going to factor in for somebody like that until they've come to really accept the fact that, like, oh, okay, this shit really did.
Well,
but it's a standard. I think it's a standard reaction.
I'm not saying that it's officially dead or anything like that, but there's a difference between, oh, I think he wants to take more time to think about it or whatever, and then I really hope he brings flowers to my doorstep and say that everything is. That's a scenario. There's a difference between I hope he's okay and he needs more time. That's, for me, that's very neutral. That's on the level of very, very neutral. I want him to. I wish he comes to my doorstep with flowers. That's expectations. We're no longer in the realm of neutral. You're having expectations of a certain scenario happening, and to me, that's a recipe for disappointment.
I agree it's a recipe for disappointment, but everyone's going to hope for a good scenario.
Sure.
Everyone's essentially what she's doing with this whole, like, bring me flowers. All she's really saying is, I'll be going to come here and reassure me that you want me for me. Right? Because what she say, I'll be going to show up at my door with flowers and tell me that sex was never really part of the equation. I really want you.
Maybe
all she's really saying with that is, oh, you really wanted me for me and not the physical contact.
Maybe I'm too.
I think I'm gonna end the video here, man, because I feel like they're kind of saying a lot of the same stuff. But the reality is, I feel like she was young, and this is really more of a message to anybody that is young and, you know, is a little bit more religious and on that journey where you feel like this is honestly something that you're considering. You're honestly considering saving yourself for marriage. Hey, that's a beautiful thing, bro. But understand, to be the minority is a difficult task, and you're probably going to have a tougher time in the dating scene finding somebody that's going to be more compatible with that type of expectation. But it's not impossible. And the beautiful thing about things that are hard to accomplish is when you do accomplish them, they're worth it, you know, or they tend to be so much more worth it, you know. So I think some good advice was led by Abba and Preach. That, you know, they said you should look in the communities of the people where you're kind of already building, you know what I'm saying? So if I'd imagine you're like a Christian, or just whether, it doesn't matter what religion you are, but let's just say you were Christian. Let's say you're super religious and you go to church. Like, okay, you probably need to start dating within your church community, or at the very least hanging out with those guys outside of church, so you can maybe meet more people that are, you know, aligned kind of on the same wavelength. You know what they say, you are who you hang around. And why do you think that is? It's because the people you hang around tend to be a reflection of you. So, you know, if you're a Christian girl going to the club in Houston, downtown Houston, partying every night, not saying that's her, you know what I'm saying? You probably, you're not going to find a nigga that's waiting for marriage. He trying to clap that night. You dig? So, you know, but I think she's young, and I think, you know, she has all the opportunity in the world to grow and mature with everything. You know, even just the whole expectation thing, wanting a nigga to bring flowers, like, you could tell there's some immaturity there. And yeah. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. If you're watching on YouTube, this is the end of the video. Make sure you guys tap into the link, the Twitch streams, link to that'll be in the description. It's Where You At, Berto. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we gonna keep the Twitch stream going. Peace.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look sweet.